Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another episode of our Custom Culture Budget Biker Build Off Challenge build thing. And it's about time we did a little bit more work on the AJS. I feel like up to now we've been sort of tickling around it and not really getting going. So today I want to get the bike running again. Obviously we broke the petcock in the last episode, so I'm going to get it running off an IV bottle, just check it goes through all the gears, and then I'll be happy with the engine. And then I'm just going to see if I can work out where all the lighting connections go. And then I think we'll start stripping down the bike, probably back to the frame, because I think I'm going to want to repaint the frame black. So that is the plan. Let's get the bike in and up on the stand and get going. So this time I have used those little loops on the stand. After my stand video the other day, I've decided that this is probably the way you're intended to do it. And I've gone around the bottom of the frame and through these loops this side. And I think this arrangement should allow me to strip everything on the bike out and just leave the frame attached to the lift. And it does seem properly secure. I mean, obviously this way it rocks a bit, but yeah, this way I think that's fine. It's going to get lighter anyway as I take bits off it. Right, the first thing I do is top off the radiator with some universal coolant because, as you know, I think we lost most of the coolant out of the engine when that hose leaked at the bottom there. I know it's probably a bit wasteful because I'll probably be draining it all out again, but I want to run the bike a little bit and just check it goes through the gears. And yeah, it's probably not necessary for the short amount of time I'll be running the engine, but it really makes me uncomfortable running it without enough coolant in, so I'm going to add some in anyway. Right, well, so we can run the bike with that broken petcock, I've rigged up my little IV petrol tank, supplementary sort of portable petrol tank, and I've filtered some of the petrol that we accidentally spilled out of this tank when we broke the petcock. I was a little bit concerned there might be some dirt in it, so I've filtered it through. There's a lot of petrol there and it's a bit too expensive to waste, but I didn't want to risk getting any dirt in, so I have run it through a strainer, and I've also moved all the wires that hang a little bit loose away from the chain because I just want to check that it does go through the gears. So yeah, let's fire it up and give it a go. Well, I'm happy with that. It went through all the gears. Contrary to what we thought, it is 1 down and 4 up, I believe. Thought it might be reversed because of the forward controls to 1 up, 4 down like the Intruder, but it doesn't appear to be. That might be why we struggled to get it out of the garden, because we were doing 1 up to get first. So I think we were trying to get it out of the garden in second at the place we picked it up. So yeah. Anyhow, let's have a look in the bag and see what lights we got. Well, folks, I found the box with the headlight in it, but unfortunately it's got no bulbs in. There's also a worrying amount of melted solder in the headlight bowl. Yeah, there's also some other wires and stuff and plastic bits, and yeah. I don't think I'm going to get these lights working today. I haven't got any bulbs anyway, and I'm starting to wonder if we're going about this the right way, you know. I think lights probably are a problem for the end of the project. You know, the bike's got 12 volts going through it. It starts, it runs, it goes through all the gears. I think all these little problems like lights and stuff we can sort out at the end. Yes, I am putting it off. I hate electrical stuff. I'm not very good at it at all. I think we should start pulling the bike apart so we can get to that frame and check the frame out, make sure it's nice and solid, and start repainting it and looking at all the other little bits of tidying up we need to do. So I think I'm abandoning this plan and my original list, and we're going to start tearing the bike down. Is this the right decision? Let me know in the comments, but by the time I read them it'll be too late, because I'm going to start it now. And the first thing I think to do is to take the seat off. Right, now I think I'm going to remove the back mudguard. That should be fairly simple. Obviously the back light is wired in. What I'm planning on doing is getting some sticky labels and just mark everything so I know where everything goes back together. That seems like a good plan. Now, if you're a Facebook user, you might like to join our TTXLA Adventures Facebook private group, where you can get involved in more in-depth discussions about the AJS Regal Raptor project and any of the other things on the channel, the motorhoming, airbrushing, that sort of thing. So yeah, hop over to Facebook and join up on the TTXLA Adventures Facebook group. So there you go, I've got the rear mudguard off the bike now. I couldn't separate the light from it. There's some very corroded fastenings on there, so that's a problem for another day. But I have marked up where the wires for the rear light go to make it all a bit easier later on. Right, I think the next thing might be to take the petrol tank off. Now, there's some obvious fixings at the front here, but we've got this sort of control panel here, and undo these nuts and just see what's under here. So easy, how easy that is to disconnect. I've just disconnected the ignition switch, and for future reference, this is the order they came off from right to left. We've got the browny beige, the red, and then the black. There's also that multi-plug to disconnect. That's fairly obvious. And the last thing is the speedo cable to unscrew. Right, fuel tank to remove next. There's something else holding it on. It's a little bolt down the bottom through the middle there. No nut on the end of it. But... And of course the fuel hose. Can't quite get to that. Sorry, not the fuel hose. I think it's like a don't know. It is another fuel hose. It goes to the back. This sort of gizmo here. Can't really see what sort of clips on it. Should be able to just undo it with some pliers. There we go. So yeah, that's that gizmo. What's that, do you reckon? Let me know in the comments what that is. And that other pipe was just a vent. That was just hanging loose. I'll pop that back on the tank. Well, there we go, folks. Once again, time has gotten away from me and it's time to pack up for the evening, but relatively pleased with the progress. We've made a good start on stripping the bike back to the frame, and it's very much a learning experience. As you know, we've fixed minor things on bikes before, but we've never sort of stripped one right back to the frame. Of course, we took the engine out of the Triumph, but that didn't really end well, did it? But yeah, I am happy with what I've done today. So look out for the next video in this series, and we'll see you again very soon when I next get back out to the garage to work on this AJS.